Dear friends, today we are going to discuss on one of the most global problems in animal feed industry, which is mycotoxicosis. If we are into the poultry farming or dairy farming or piggery farming, then mycotoxicosis can never be avoided. Therefore, it is one problem which has to be prevented rather than thinking of its treatment. These mycotoxins are often called as silent killer of the profits, where they slowly narrow down the profit margins of any of the dairy farmers or poultry farmers. And the one most important thing which comes into picture is that the raw material prices are increasing nowadays and people are looking for some options. For example, the soybean prices are going up and people are looking for different raw materials for like barley. So these are, though they are cheap, but they are often the sources of mycotoxins and they are more vulnerable to mycotoxicosis in comparison to soybean meal and similarly to maize. So the raw material prices are also leading to the problem of mycotoxicosis globally. One of the interesting fact about mycotoxins is that they are present as multiple forms in any feedstuff. For example, aflatoxins, they also react with ochratoxins or vomitoxins, zearalenone. So they have a combined synergistic effect and leads to manifold depression in the performance of the bird or a dairy cattle. Therefore, a need is there, a mycotoxin characterization is required, and moreover these mycotoxins are so stable that they cannot be destroyed even at very high temperature. Suppose if you are going for feed pelletization, then also they are not able to be destroyed. And moreover, there is no safe label of mycotoxins in feed, though FAO has suggested that if maybe 18 ppb or 20 ppb in the feed is having not any negative influence on the productivity of the bird. However, they get accumulated and lead to destruction of the profits. So what are the various ways available as of now to prevent mycotoxicosis? There are basically three ways. One is mold inhibition, second is chemosorption, and third is bioinactivation. This mold inhibition is generally brought about by organic acids like propionic acid, acetic acid. These acids, they tend to act and react in feed and depress the growth of further mycotoxins present in the feed in the form of fungus. Second is the chemosorption. How the chemosorption is brought about? It is basically by the conventional clays, which we call as HSCS. The full form of HSCS is hydrated sodium calcium aluminosilicate. These clays are basically responsible for the irreversible binding of the mycotoxins. And third, what the scientists propose is the bioinactivation of the mycotoxins through one of the most recognized and biological ingredient, which is mannan oligosaccharide. But before choosing any of the mycotoxins binder in the world, we have to look for certain parameters, that what kind of mycotoxins will give you the best results. Suppose if we take about ingredients by ingredients, for example HSCS, what should be the criteria of selecting HSCS? Whether it is polarity, because you know very well that mycotoxins are negatively charged except aflatoxins, which are positively charged. So they require some clays which has to be polar in nature to bind mycotoxins. What is the size of the particle? What is the pH value? And what is the source of these HSCs? Whether they are from a family called phyllosilicates or they are from family called tectosilicates, whether they have been evolved as a biological eruptions or they have been evolved as a volcanic eruptions. So these are also certain parameters and guidelines which help to select the perfect mycotoxin binders. And moreover, HSCs is one ingredient which is certified as GRAS by FAO. And second comes the organic acids. The main function of organic acid is to inhibit the growth of molds in the feed. So thereby they act outside the body of the bird, and HSCs works inside the body of the bird or animal. And the third way is to get the optimal performance from a mycotoxin binder is to have mannan oligosaccharide in it, which is basically a prebiotic and serves as a source of food for the probiotics available in the intestinal system of the bird. Thereby it improves the growth of the body and thereby increases the FCR, weight gain, muscle production, egg production. So everything in totality will increase if we use and if we choose a prudent mycotoxin binder in feed. There is one more thing which can be addressed at this point, that the presence of dioxins. These dioxins are basically the industrial contaminants which may lead to carcinogenicity, teratogenicity, embryo toxicity, because these are also of importance of human mankind. Suppose a food is consumed by a lady which is pregnant, and the food which is consumed by her is having dioxins, then these dioxins can even lead to carcinogenicity, and even the abortion may happen. So they have the socio-economic value of these products as well. So as a part of our corporate social responsibility, we always try to give the solutions which will help to minimize any of the ill effects of the feed. So we do have such product in our basket by the name of Velosim Z, which is a combination of herbs which are synergistic herbs, giving the value for performance and HSCs with polyvinyl pyrrolidinone and organic acids. These is a perfect synergy to give you the best results as far as the mycotoxicosis problems are concerned, and can be used efficiently in order to generate more profits. Thank you.